Hello everybody, this is the quick start intro or getting started video for Master Bookmarks. We're gonna look at the basic features first in the editor and then some of the features for play mode. I'm gonna start this from the beginning, so this is what you need to get up and running. The workflow concept here is that using bookmarks should be as fast and simple as possible, single click or shortcut key. We have three types of bookmarks: camera bookmarks, game object bookmarks, and asset bookmarks. So camera bookmarks are for a specific position to quickly navigate the scene. Game object bookmarks are for quick access to an object in the hierarchy, and asset bookmarks are for quick access to specific assets, prefab or folders within the project. Asset bookmarks can be available either for all scenes, we call them project bookmarks, or for a specific scene only. So let's do it. We've installed Master Bookmarks and let's open the Master Bookmarks editor. Alt B is the standard shortcut for that. Usually I put this window on a second monitor, but for this video I'm gonna place it here next to the inspector. So camera bookmarks and game object bookmarks are always specific to scene, and that scene needs to have a scene bookmarks manager. The scene bookmarks manager is also available at runtime for using bookmarks in play mode, but more on that later. So I just add a scene bookmarks manager. And then I go to the editor. Let's place a bookmark here, name it start, and add. And perhaps I need an overview. So let's go up here. Overview. And add. So that's it. Quickly move. We can also assign groups and shortcuts, of course. So let's go to this mill and mill. We can also place it in a certain group. You can actually name these groups whatever you want. Let's say scene navigation, shortcut 2, and add. So let's do another one. This lake here. Lake. Shortcut 3. Add. And we can even do single click bookmarks. So let's say I want quick bookmarks while I'm here. I just press add. And we have this bookmark. Right click to remove it. So we can move quickly between these. And if I mistakenly pressed a bookmark, I can press L here, the last previous bookmark, or home as a shortcut. So let's do a game object bookmark. I have an eagle here that I want to bookmark, and I just press this bookmark icon. I can also drag it into objects here, and let's set it at scene objects add. So that means that when I press eagle, it selects eagle object in the hierarchy. Let's do it for the directional light sun also. And I'm going to place this in scene tools and press the plus sign here, because I want to switch to the inspector right away. So I select inspect, I add. So eagle selects the eagle, directional light sun selects the direction light sun and switches to the inspector directly. Let's go back to the start. We have a player armature here. And I actually want to place this bookmark looking at the armature like this. Press the icon. And here I don't want it to select the object only. I want it to move the camera, but the camera should always be relative to this object. So make sure that relative here is checked. And let's have a shortcut for that one as well. So there we go. We can also use these objects. Let's go here again. I could of course just press mill to go here, but let's say we are working with this area. So I want to use a certain object as the default parent when pressing bookmark. So let's use this watermill area. And then I select set default parent. If I don't want the camera to move, I also select object only or scene only. Object only, I mean. Scene only is something else. Set default parent, I will move my camera to this position and just add it. So let's do it again. I press it and I'll change the scene grouping here. Update. Let's go to the lake. And this shelter here. So I'm going to use the lake area. Hierarchy parents. I want to have this as a default parent. And then add. So this means that I can select watermill area, and now when I add some stuff into the scene, those are placed under the default parent. Lake area, this is lake area, we have a new default parent, and it places the stuff under as children under that object. So there's game object bookmarks in combination with camera position as well. I press the plus set here. We can clear default parents right here if we want to, but otherwise right click, set as default parent as usual. Asset bookmarks. Well, let's say I want this prefab folder for bushes quickly accessible. So I press here. Project bookmarks means it will be available for all scenes, and you usually want that, I think. Not always, but many times. And add. So this button, this bookmark will be available in whatever scene I choose. Let's say I go here, I have the mountain, sky and fog settings. This is specific to the scene, so I can add it as an asset bookmark, but uncheck project bookmarks to just be available in this scene. And I also want to inspect this right away, so I check inspect and add. And that means if I press mountain sky settings, it selects and changes to the inspector. And for using shortcuts, you need to have the bookmarks window editor, the editor window activated. Alt B always activates, and then I can press 1 can press 2, 3, these are my shortcuts. I can press home to go back to the last place, and it doesn't have to be a bookmark. So if I'm up here working and mistakenly presses something, I can always press home or the last position to go back. And if you use shortcuts and have the bookmarks window activated, but want to use a Unity bookmark instead, an editor bookmark, you press escape. It's the easiest way. If you press escape, then it will respond to the regular Unity shortcuts. So that's some of the basic bookmark features in edit mode. Let me just quickly mention you have a filter section to filter if you have a lot of bookmarks. You have a set section for using labels and positions and other features. We have clear default parent, as I said earlier, and we have settings and setup. So let's look at bookmarks in play mode. To use bookmarks in play mode, you need a Master Bookmarks camera controller, preferably a separate camera. And if you go to settings and setup, you just click setup bookmarks camera and it will be added to the scene. And if you have a simple setup, it's just gonna work right away. So I press play here. This is my controller. The shortcut for the bookmarks menu in play mode is you first press B and then 0. You can of course customize this to whatever you want to. And here we have our bookmarks menu. We have toggle B and then press C within 3 seconds, and you can toggle to the bookmarks camera. Right now it's at 0, position, so you might want to change that, and there are simple ways to do it. I will do it later. But I can press overview, I can press start, I can press lake and mill, and I can press B3 and B2 to quickly jump to these positions. And then toggle back with BC or press toggle to toggle back to this controller. This is the starter asset controller. B0. So we can also set up this to drop the controller at the position we want. So let's stop this, and also let's set the bookmarks camera. Let's align the bookmarks camera to the starting position here. And we can do that in set and align bookmarks camera. So it doesn't have to be at 0. Now we go to settings and setup again. And for a simple controller, you can just press find and set up play by tag. It looks for a play tag and just sets it up for you. So find and set up play by tag. If I press show active manager inspector, you actually have more choices, and you can actually create your own code for switching if you know you have menus or a bit more complicated or more advanced controller than this. But for simple controllers, this is all you need if they use the play tag. So let's try it. Let's play again. Using the controller, and I will now use shortcuts. BC to toggle camera. This is the bookmarks camera. And it also deactivates the controller if needed. It might not be needed. And now I can press B and 0 to get the bookmarks menu in play mode. I can hold the Alt key if I don't want to move the bookmarks camera around. I can press drop and it drops on the spot. So let's go to the lake area, our lake here, and let's move to this spot and let's drop it here. B, D drops, and you might run into something like this. This shelter has faulty colliders, so this controller gets stuck, but it's easily solved. You use the plus sign here. There are shortcuts, of course, in play mode as well. Set scene camera. I want to set scene camera to... No, I want to align the bookmarks camera to this position. And then I switch it, toggle it. And I move it away and I drop. B and D drop. Finished. And if I know, well, I'm gonna have to work on this, then I can use set scene camera. And when we stop, the scene camera will move to this position. So it's easy to work with. And the last thing I want to show you in these basic settings for play mode is how to follow an object. We have this eagle up here, and I like to study it, follow it around, see what is happening with this NPC. So we have this object eagle, and I press plus here. I don't want to select the object only. I actually want to use this, and I'd like to rotate when the object rotates. So I'm always watching the right angle. So let's update this. I also want a label. So say label, and I want it in runtime. So let's update that. And if I press labels here, I can actually read labels on my bookmarks, those who have it. And there are some additional settings there. But now it's set up and ready. So let's try it. Press play. And I'm jumping to the lake here directly. I'm dropping my player on the spot here. And I can actually try to look for this object, see where's this eagle going. And I can, of course, press it to see, yeah, I'm looking at it from a certain angle all the time, and I'm following its rotation. If I press plus up here, I can deselect follow with rotation and just keep the original angle. I can also disable move if I just want to watch it, or if I move with it and don't need to look at it, I want to check out the surroundings, I just deselect look, and then I can move around. So there you have some small features for trying out your controller, trying out your scene, checking out some of your objects in the world, how they behave, or if you need to do anything. Thank you very much.